guys, today I'm back to film my Project Pan update number 8. This month has been a rough month for Project Pan, for me personally. I really hope that July is a much better month and off to a much better start. It seems to have some promising leads that it's going to be a better month. But anyways, let's start with my empties. I know last update I had said that I believe I had 30 products, and if I finished 5 I would be 25 products finished, 25 products more to go, and then we'd be like officially halfway through my Project Pan time-wise as well, because now we have July, August, September, October, November, and December. So we have still more like 6 more months of actual panning too. And I didn't quite hit the 5 empties. I came pretty close. I have a lot of things that are very close to being finished. So I'm really hoping that the end of July will be just like a really great update and ton of things finished. But let's go ahead and start with the actual empties. First things first is the Nip and Fab Frown Fix. I basically used this as a pre-primer. I used it before I put on my face primer just to try to like fill in. I would say the main wrinkle I'm worried about is this one right here in my forehead. That's really the main one I'm worried about all the time. But I pretty much applied this all over my face just in an effort to get it done because it was starting to get really old and I was kind of getting a little concerned. So this is now finished. If you want to find out more about what I think about the product, I'll talk about it in my empties video, which should be up sometime probably next week or the week after that. But that is finished. Next up is this Bath & Body Works Coconut Vanilla Fragrance Mist. I won this in a contest at work, but this is now officially finished, which I feel like isn't too surprising since last update I was here. So to finish this much really didn't take me too long. I've just kind of been working on the other fragrances that are in Project Pan, which I think I only have one left, so that is exciting. I'm super happy to have this done, so that is now finished. And lastly, this is the one that just really surprised me, but this is the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. This is where I was at last update, and it seems, you know, like a pretty big jump to the bottom of the bottle. And you can kind of even tell there is still like a tiny bit of serum left in there. But basically, once we hit this line and just a little bit below it, it would quit pumping out the product. So the last couple times I used it, I had to unscrew the top and dump the serum out into my hand and then use it. And I feel like I might have kind of wasted product that way because since I had no control over how much was being dumped out into my hand, I was kind of getting a little too much. So this is now finished. I will repurchase this, but I do have some other hair products I need to go through first before I repurchase this. And I think when I do, I think I might even purchase the baby travel size because this lasts forever. This one here is the 5.1 ounce, and I've had this seriously, I think that October would be 2 years, maybe even 3. I was going a little too far. But I think I'm just going to get the travel size next time because it does last me so long. It's a serum, so it's essentially along the same lines of an oil, and it takes a long time to use. But I am very happy to have this out of my collection because like I said, I've had it for so long. I do love it, but I am going to take a break from it. So that is the other product I finished. Now on to my progress with everything else. So everything this month I feel like did not do very well. It's gonna pretty much look the same as last month, which kind of sucks, but I feel like the first 2 weeks of the month I was so like in a funk that I just didn't wear makeup half the time. Even when I went to work, I think I slapped on BB cream, cream eyeshadow, and red lipstick, and that was about it. Well, I guess mascara and blush too, but otherwise, like, I didn't really put any effort into my makeup at all for like the first 2 weeks of the month, so I feel like that really hurt me Project Pan wise. And then kind of the last 2 weeks of the month I've been playing with new products, so the old stuff hasn't gotten a lot of use. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with my progress with everything. First up is my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So I was keeping this in my like weekly makeup basket that I don't really film anymore, but I still kind of unofficially do it. And I usually just do it for 2 weeks at a time. I took this out because I was mixing it with the Rimmel Stay Matte, and the combination just doesn't last very long to begin with. But during the summertime when it's sweltering hot outside and I'm having trouble keeping good foundations on my face as it is, I'm like, this just isn't gonna last. It's not gonna work. So I ended up taking it out, so it is exactly where it was last time at that same bottom line there. I don't even think I used it. I think I might have mixed it with a different foundation once to see if I could kind of come up with something. But I did order the NYX foundation mixer in white, so maybe I will start to be able to use that now, but this last month I just didn't use it because I'm like mixing it with the Rimmel foundation, it's just gonna sweat right off my face. So that I did not use. up is my Dr. Jart BB Dissapore. This is what it looks like currently. So here is where we were at last update, and here we are now. So you can see that this one I did use a lot more this month than kind of in past months, because like this was not as big of a jump and stuff. So this is the foundation I've used most of the month. Here and there I've used other things like my Urban Decay Naked Skin or my Maybelline Matte and Poreless. So I have used a couple other foundations here and there, but basically every day this is pretty much my go-to. So that's kind of why the big progress jump. I think that if I don't use the Born This Way next month, I could finish this. I also kind of feel that way about the Born This Way though, that maybe I could finish this next month if I just use this and only this. So it's kind of a toss-up, but I think I'm going to do the BB cream first, since the Born This Way is a little bit more moisturizing, which is surprising because this is a BB cream and BB creams are normally more moisturizing. But anyways, I think that I could finish this by next update. I'm pretty positive I could. We'll just kind of have to see what I decide to finish up first though. Next is my NYX Baked Blush in Wanderlust. So I have used this month and I feel like I've used it a decent amount, but it definitely hasn't been like every day, or I wouldn't even say like 5 times a week. I'd say it's probably been like 3 times a week. So this is kind of how it looks now. You can see it's pretty flat. It's almost flat with the packaging. The pan of course does like dip down a little bit though, so I still have quite a ways to go, but I mean for the most part that dome is pretty much, you know, it's pretty thin now. Especially when I compare it to some of the other baked blushes that I have not used that much. Their dome is like huge compared to this. So there is progress with this. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I'm really lucky that I love this with bronzer, because I've been obsessed with wearing bronzer this last month, and I think that that's just going to continue into July. So since I love wearing this with bronzer, every time I wear bronzer I kind of want to wear this. So that kind of helps me, because I'm like, oh, those two look so great together, let me, you know, pull this out and use it. So hopefully good progress and maybe a little bit even better progress next month, but we'll see. Next up is my Anastasia Dip Brow. This went pretty well this month. I did use it a good majority of the month, but you can kind of see this is the side that I've like finished, and I'm just kind of working my way down through here. I don't know, but I think it looks like more of the bottom of the glass is showing. It certainly seems smaller to me. This is definitely like thinner, and it just seems like it's shrinking, which is kind of nice. So I have used this a pretty decent amount this last month, and just kind of keep it going. I know I did use a brow pencil a couple other times, because the brow pencils give me the more lighter natural look that I like, but this is waterproof and nothing kind of beats waterproof in the summer heat. So I'm sure it'll get a lot of use this next month and, you know, as the summer continues. So pretty happy with this one. Next up is my NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer. I don't know if this looks terribly different. I mean, I feel like I said that last update too, but I have been using this. I use this every single day, and it drives me nuts because this concealer is really starting to kind of get on my nerves a little bit. It is a dewy finish concealer, so it's really hard for me to wear it this time of the year, seeing as I am so oily, and makeup is just like sweating off and melting off of your face as it is. But I mean, I have been using it every day. I even tried it out on the back of my hand to see if I thought maybe I could try to wear it as a foundation with like a makeup sponge and kind of sheer it out a little bit. I think it might still be a little too thick for that, but I don't know. I think I might need to take a break from this just because it is kind of starting to drive me a little bit crazy. But at the same time, I feel like there's just, like there's not that much product in there, but because you use so little of it, it's going to take forever. So kind of mixed feelings on this. I think I did like as best as I could, honestly, wearing it every single day. So I'm not like mad at myself for how I did with it. I just wish that there was more notable progress with it. So I might try this out as a foundation next month just to see if I can make it work. It's just going to need a lot of matte setting powder on top of it. So we'll see. Benefit What's Up highlighter. I tried so hard to finish this month, but here is where we are at. So you can see I did kind of finish out that corner there, and I've been working on this edge over here. I tried so hard to finish this. I was wearing it like on my chest to add like some shimmer. I was wearing it, you know, on my shoulders, my neck, and then like obviously face highlighting with it, but it just wasn't quite enough. So that's kind of a little bit of a bummer, but I think that maybe next month I could probably have this finished, or the month after that at least. But I'm really pretty sure I could finish this by the end of July just because there isn't a whole lot of product in there, and if I keep applying it like all over my chest and everything like that, you know, using it on bigger spaces, I will get through it faster. So I'm pretty happy with this one. I know I didn't use it every day, but it was pretty close every day, so I'm not mad about this one either. Next up are my Mally eyeliners. This one is the one in Midnight Affair, so this is the black one. I don't know if this looks too much different really. I know I've definitely been using it quite a lot, so I feel like it is. I know I've sharpened it a handful of times, so it's gotta be shorter. It just may not look like it, but I feel like this is going pretty well. I definitely think I'll have it finished by the end of the year. I'm just not sure exactly when I think I'll finish it. It kind of depends, I guess, but I'm pretty happy with my progress with this one. Next up is the one in Plum Sapphire. This one is definitely shorter. This one is really starting to get pretty short. So you can tell I've definitely been wearing purple eyeliner a little bit more this last month. I even have purple on today, so I have this on. I'll kind of compare it next to the Midnight Affair so you can kind of see where they're both at. But this is what they look like side by side. So really not too much of a difference. Like the Midnight Affair I think has probably more progress. It just doesn't seem like it, but it was quite a bit taller than Plum Sapphire, so now they're kind of catching up in length. But I've actually started to sharpen through like the words on the back of the Mally pencil here for the Plum Sapphire, the one that says it's distributed by Mally Girl and stuff. So I just haven't actually started to sharpen through the front part where it says Upper Color Starlight Liner by Mally and stuff, but that is my progress with both of those. I'm pretty happy, like I said. I think that it's going pretty well, so we'll kind of have to see how this next month goes. Next is my NYX Single Shadow in Stiletto. This is what it looks like. I feel like this is really close to how it looked last month. I mean, you can kind of tell that edge there is still like cleared out and stuff. I don't think I've made it really too much bigger, maybe a little bit bigger of a gap right through here. I didn't watch my last update to kind of see where this was at, but I mean, it could be better. I think I probably could have really finished this month if I had used it like every day, but I've just really slowed down on it, and I think it's just because I got some new eyeshadow palettes, and like I said, the first half of the month I was hardly wearing any makeup at all, so this is really close to being done. I just don't know how much progress it's going to have next month. Like, I don't know if I want to keep focusing on it or if I want to kind of give it a break and kind of come back to it later. But this isn't that far from being done. Next is my lip product that I have been really focusing on. It is my Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie Birthday Babe Lip Gloss. Unfortunately, I don't have it to show you guys because I was at work yesterday and I went into the back room and it does not have a green dot on it, and it was in my purse, so my work had to confiscate it. Because when you work at Ulta, let's see, I don't know if I have anything around me, but they will put like a little green dot on their products to show that you paid for it and that it's yours. And since mine didn't have a green dot on it, there is no proof that it was technically mine. So I had to go into my Ulta rewards and take a picture of my transaction of me getting it and that kind of thing. So I should be getting it back today, but it won't be till later, until after I film this video. But that had a really decent amount of progress, so I will try to kind of mark it when I get it today. And then I will, when I see you guys for my next update, you guys will kind of see where it was this last where it was here today and then where it'll be next time. But that one had a lot of good progress, so it's kind of sad that I don't have that to show because that has been the lip product I've been focusing on the most. So that one had good progress, but I can't show it. My NARS Corella lip pencil I did not use this month. Actually I might have. I think I might have used it to clean up my lip edges just a little bit. Like once or twice, not very much, but it kind of needs sharpened a little bit. It's a little dull. At least on the back here it looks a little scratchy. So, I mean, this has gotten maybe a little bit of use, but it's nothing notable. It's still, you know, pretty big pencil, I think. So starting to get a little worried about that one, but I think it'll be okay. Up is my Hemp's Herbal Lip Balm. This is what it looks like now. I think I did clear out some more pan from last time. I at least started to kind of work on the edges a little bit more. So, I mean, I didn't use this a ton, but there's, I think, a little bit of notable progress at least. I think that if I really buckled down and used this for like 2 months straight, I could probably finish it pretty quickly. But yeah, that's just kind of where we're at now. I didn't use it a ton, but I think I made some progress with it. My Benefit Cha Cha Balm, I actually did use this a pretty decent amount this month. It used to be pretty much just, you know, flush with the packaging, and now you can kind of see it does actually dip down in there. And I'll twist it up and show you guys too. This, I feel like, is just basically a tinted lip balm. It does have some color to it, like I'll give you guys a quick swatch, but I feel like it is for the most part pretty sheer. And honestly, the color that it gives you is like pretty orangey, and it's not a very flattering orange. So I've had to kind of wear this like when I'm going to bed, anytime that I just want lip balm, but I don't necessarily want anybody to see the color of my lips, because the color that this puts on my lips is just not flattering. The other issue I have with this is it's very fragranced. It smells like straight up perfume, and it's not very fun to put on your lips when it feels like you're putting like greasy perfume on your lips. It's just weird. So I'm really hoping to finish this by the end of July, just because I don't like this product and I really don't want to look at it anymore. But I'm pretty happy with my progress this last month. I think, you know, another good month and I could really finish this. This month I did pretty good, like I said, but I think I could have done a little bit better, and that would really help me this next month with finishing this. Next is NYX Sweet Tart. I'm pretty sure I didn't use this month because the Moxie lip gloss has been kind of my focus. So this is what Sweet Tart looks like. It looks pretty much the same, but I am going to start wearing this more just because I want to make sure it is getting used. I mean, the Moxie gloss is obviously kind of my focus right now, but I do want to make sure I'm incorporating this and getting some use out of it, so it's not just sitting here and I'm not going to be stuck with it at the end. So no progress this month, but next month I do want to make sure I use it at least like 10 times to get some good use out of it. This is my MAC Russian Red lipstick, and I'm pretty excited about this one just because, like I said, the first 2 weeks of the month I feel like I wore this a lot just because I was too lazy to really wear any other lip color. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to wear a bold lip color, I might as well wear something that's in my project pan and get through it. So this is what Russian Red looks like now. So you can see it has went down, or at least I can tell a noticeable difference that it has went down. The edges are kind of a little more rounded from me using it and stuff, but that's with the plastic kind of turned up. With the plastic turned down, that is how much I have left. So I mean, I still have a pretty decent amount of product left, but I feel like this last month was at least a good enough jump for me to be like, okay, you know what, I can do this. It was kind of the motivation I needed, I think, so I really want to keep that up this next month and just constantly wear it. This is my MAC Single Shadow in Naked Lunch. This isn't going to look any different, I don't think. I think it looks pretty much exactly the same. I know I did use it like 2 times, but it's not like enough to see any progress with it. So this too, I'd have just kind of taken a break from it. So I feel like a lot of my single shadows, that's kind of what has happened this month, is I just haven't really used them. So that is what Naked Lunch looks like. This is my single shadow in Virgin. This one did get more use than the other two, than Stiletto and Naked Lunch, just because I can use this as a face highlighter and stuff. So it did get used as a face highlighter, as an inner corner highlight. I almost have pan, or like side pan kind of showing back here. There's just like a little tiny bit of product, and then I'll be side pan. And actually that might happen after this video because I didn't put an inner corner highlight on today, so I might just kind of grab this and do that really quick. So this one does have like better progress than the other two, and especially using it as a face highlighter. Next is my Formula 1006 Get Your Glow On mask. I didn't put a mark on here, but this is where we were last update. Now I believe I'm down to here, like there's just a small little jump because I only used this once. I did use a ton of product when I used it, but I only used it once. So that's a little disappointing, I know. Next up is my Bath & Body Works lotion in Pink Chiffon. This is really disappointing, but you can kind of see where we were last time and where we are now. I just moved down the slightest bit. I don't know, have not reached for this, haven't even really thought about it. So that's kind of disappointing. I think a lot of that is though too is that I have a sunburn, or I got sunburnt the other day, so I've been using like cooling gels and that kind of thing to kind of help with my sunburn, and I haven't really been reaching for lotion. I'm still working on finishing up an older shaving cream too before I really use this, so it's just kind of slow going right now, but I only have this and one other lotion left in this project, so I'm not like super terrified that I'm not going to finish it on time. Like I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get to it. I just didn't really give it that much attention this last month. Next up is my Pacifica Rollerball. You can see that is all I have left, is that tiny little bit there at the bottom. And I'll probably use this right before I go to work today, so it'll get a little bit more use, but I don't know, I really thought I could finish this month, and I think I really could have, but for some reason I just kind of like at some point gave up and just quit using it. And I think it's just because it's a little bit of a pain to use it, because I have to like really shake it and then apply and then shake it and apply to actually get the perfume to come out of the roller ball. So I've been reaching for things that are easy that I can just like spray on and go. So I think the fact that it's kind of inconvenient to use is preventing me from finishing it, but kind of, you know, not having such a great monthly update right now is kind of motivating me to kick it into high gear for next month and make sure everything is going a lot better. So this will probably be finished really soon, or at least that is the plan, to finish it soon. So I feel like it's got good progress, but I think I could have finished it. So next up is my Victoria's Secret Coconut Passion lotion. I forgot that I left it in the bathroom, but that I didn't even use, especially if, you know, if I didn't use a pink chiffon. I'm not going to reach for a heavier, thicker body cream. So that one has no progress right now. This is my Sebastian Potion 9. I did use this a handful of times, so again, I can tell it is getting a little bit lighter. I kind of keep forgetting that this is in my project pan, because I've been kind of going back and forth between the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum and the Bedhead Small Talk. So I kind of keep forgetting about this, so I did use it a handful of times. I'm kind of debating on stepping it up and just using this for a while, just to kind of make the final push to kind of finish it. But we'll see. This is my Big Sexy Spray and Play. I did use this month quite a bit, but we still have some hairspray in here. There can't be much though. I mean, like, just a little bit down here in the bottom of the can. We got to get in somewhere around here, because it's just really, really light. But not quite finished yet. I have been trying to use a little bit less hairspray though, because it does dry out my hair so bad. It's been so long since I've had a haircut and stuff that I'm just like, I'm trying to kind of baby my hair a little bit. So I have been, you know, using hairspray, but using a little bit less of it when I do use it. So that's kind of affected this, but I think just a few more months and this really should be finished. Okay, I told you guys last update it was going to be this, or it was going to be the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. I can't talk today. But basically I didn't use this just so that way I could finish up the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. So this bottom line is exactly where we are still at. This should start getting obviously better progress, better updates now that the Super Skinny Serum is finished. And the only other thing I have is that Sebastian Potion 9, which I could probably mix these two together, but I'd just be a little worried about it kind of weighing down my hair. But this should start to see a little bit better progress. I still don't think I might be able to finish this before the end of the year. I was feeling pretty confident, and now I'm just kind of like, ooh, we only have 6 months left. I don't know that I will be able to actually finish this. But even if I just come close to finishing it, I will be really, really happy with that. But we'll see. Next up is my Bliss Hide and Glow Seek. I did use this month. I used it on my legs a couple times. I'm able to use this. I'm really happy about that, because I thought that since it was the medium to deep, it was going to be way too dark. But it just basically looks like a very light sunless tanner on me, so I'm able to use it. I just spray a little bit on my legs and kind of rub it in quick, and out the door I go. I don't know if I love this product that much, really, to be honest. It's nice, but I don't think it's a necessity. And now we're actually going to go back, because I realized I forgot a product. This is my Maybelline Color Tattoo and Barely Branded. This I have used pretty much every single day this month. I think there's only been a handful of days that I've used a regular eyeshadow primer. So this is what it looks like. I do have pan showing on it, but I feel like that's kind of, with this kind of product, it's kind of debatable, because technically I could take my brush and kind of smush around the product and the pan would be covered again. And I do have, you know, product around the sides and stuff, so yes, I've hit pan, but it doesn't feel like a huge accomplishment. To me, what feels like a huge accomplishment is that I can kind of tell that the product is thin, that there really isn't that much left in the jar. Like if I were to smush it all down, I think it would still be very just thin, and it wouldn't take me long to re-hit pan. So I'm very happy with this. I really, really want to keep it up, because I think that that is, you know, the only chance I have of finishing this, because you do use such a small amount of this product when you use it. But it has been going really well, and again, I just really want to keep it up. Okay, back to where I was on the list. This is the last product. This is the NYX Radiant Finishing Powder, and here's where we are. So you can see, or maybe you can't, I don't know, my viewfinder's kind of making it look super whited out for me, but there is a lot of pan showing. I mean, I still have like some of every color left, but like purple, there's hardly anything showing. It's just like the edges. Blue, there's hardly anything left. Green and yellow, there's not a whole lot. It's pretty thin. That pink though, the pink is still like holding on for dear life. I really don't understand why. But besides that, this is going really well. I don't think it'll take me too much longer. I'm kind of thinking about changing and using this as my just everyday setting powder for all over my face, just to finish it off and be done with it. But that is kind of just where we are at with this. That is it for this update. Not the best, to be honest. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but like I said, I kind of know that this month has been rough for me personally. I'm excited for next month because I'm feeling a little bit more motivated and I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things. I do have more new eyeshadow palettes, so it is going to be a little tricky with the single shadow still, I think, but I'll try to find ways to kind of incorporate them in more. I'm kind of wishing I would have used stiletto today with this purple eyeshadow that I have on because I think it would have looked nice with it, but that is where we are at, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!